You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Welcome back to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast, brought to you by Drip Drop. This is not Drip Drop. This is tea. I'm drinking it, but I did drink my Drip Drop earlier today. But Drip Drop wasn't what I'm a trader a little bit. And okay. you will if you're watching this on YouTube, you will see me turning my head this way to look at Drew and then turning back here to look at you, the listener and the watcher, because my camera is not connected to my computer, just in case you were wondering. But Drip Drop was invented to treat dehydration in the most challenging circumstances. It's used by athletes, firefighters, military members, the garage guys, and by you. If you go to dripdrop.com and use promo code GarageGuys20, you'll get a discount, 20%, saving money. We're here to help you save money and stay hydrated. What's not to love? So go to dripdrop.com, promo code GarageGuys20 today. Make it happen. Get the drip. Drew, we're back. It was a rough Monday. We had a podcast full of snacking. Chef Girl made an appearance to bring you a sandwich. That was cool. And then I poured Sierra Mist all over my face. So
it kind of was a good way to like end the terrible DFS weekend for us and turn the new page, right? By you doing that.
Absolutely. I was going to say end the suffering. Because that's basically what it was suffering. So yeah, those days are over, and we've had an entire week. I've had a great week, by the way. I hope you have had the same. Took some time to just let go of all that bad energy and prepare for Talladega energy. But I will say that it's been tough because we're not in Talladega, because we were supposed to be in Talladega. So it's kind of rough.
Yeah, it would have been a great time to be there with all the momentum we have going for us right now with bringing Randy on, and then also just having a great NASCAR season. I feel like, our content's been at its peak and our fan base, we're starting to expand a little bit. So this time last year, we didn't even have a YouTube channel. So it's been a big year.
Right. Like Tupac once said, I see no changes. We've been bringing changes, and they wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys watching and liking and subscribing and commenting everywhere on every social media and YouTube and all this stuff. So appreciate you guys for that. We love the shit out of you guys for that. But it is
our numbers would drop a little bit, by the way. Like switching to YouTube, I thought those would be like coming away from Apple Podcasts to YouTube, but in reality, it's just bonus.
Yeah, it's just like some lanyap, as we say here in the booth. A little bit of lanyap.
Lanyap.
It's working. Yeah, it's working. But, yeah, it's been incredible. And like I said, Talladega week is this week, so we're doing the best we can to get motivated and prepared. Salaries were literally just released on a DraftKings. FanDuel's have been up for a little while, so we're definitely going to be talking a little bit about what we're expecting, some strategy for DFS, and then again, you can get our preview picks for Talladega on the Rotoballer preview show, which should be live over the weekend, as well as Drew's rankings and my picks article over at Rotoballer. So go to Rotoballer if you want the premium content to see Drew's rankings, to use the optimizer to see value plays by Sean Engel and Justin Carter and all the other great guys that we got working with over there. Use promo code GARAGE. So make that happen. That's just another outlet for you to get more Garage Guys stuff when it comes to winning money and playing DFS. And, we've primarily been a NASCAR show and NASCAR podcast. We like that. We love it. But we are approaching a time, Drew, and I don't know if you're ready. I think you're ready. You're always ready. Fantasy football season is quickly approaching. And today I had my first lottery for one of the older fantasy football leagues that I've been in for some people that I've known for a longer time. And we're going to be playing over on Sleeper. We did our lottery. I'm picking 10th. It's a 10-man. Call it what you will. You want to call it week, whatever, long term. Typically playing 12 mans these days, but did our lottery, and it just got me thinking, man, like this shit's right around the corner.
I can't wait. I don't feel like I can handle a world right now where we have football and NASCAR, but I think that's more to do with the twice a week racing that we had. And now that we're moving back to Sundays only, I can start thinking about football. And for you got a little jump start. I always wait until I have that reality of having a draft, and then it kicks me into gear. So,
oh, dude, nothing like a draft, like whatsoever. Like just waking up on draft day for fantasy football is literally like probably just as much of excitement as I get like on kickoff. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I know. This past year, just to give the new listeners a little glimpse, I couldn't wait to do my fantasy draft for running the 40-yard dashes. So that was interesting. I know you got some videos of that. So
absolutely. Yeah. I can't wait to see what you guys cook up this year for that league either. So it's going to be fun to watch. Should
I wear the Austin Powers again or get something different?
No, hell no. You got to wear something different, man. You got to switch it up. You know the drill. You know how these things go. You got to finesse. You got to come to impress. You know what I mean? Like you got to switch it up. Not saying it wasn't finesse, but
I agree. But my swag kind of is to wear the same thing every year. Like make it mine. I don't have swag. I have swag.
You have swag. A little bit of swag. Word. WERD. Yeah. But dude, so
you got a haircut.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Short hair boy.
No more long hair. I had to wear a mask. I had to wear my mask to get my haircut. That was an experience.
Wow, this is a big day for you.
Yeah, dude. I wore a mask to get my haircut. I mean, I wear a mask when I go out places, but like to get your haircut, you're like, how? Like you got strings going over your ears and shit, or either you have like a bandana on. It's like, how does this work? And she's like, just hold it. Like so, I had to take it off. And
she told you how? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was wild, but it happened. I needed it. My neck feels great. Naturally, a very hairy guy. So it feels good not to be a woolly booger anymore, as I was called.
Never took you as a hairy guy. I mean, just don't appear to be that way.
No, not at all, bro.
Oh my God, Jesus! Here we go.
Here we go. Let's get.
It's safe to say. It's safe to say for me, you needed the haircut, and I needed to do my pull-ups to get over this last race to officially move on, replenish, and get to this next.
Why didn't we talk about this on Monday? Like, you got to tell the fam. You got to tell the fam. Like,
I was in depression on Monday. I literally was still suffering from the DFS loss.
Forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. I had a gentleman's agreement with a old connection of mine, and I bet him that Kyle. I was like, I'm tired of betting money. We have enough money on the line here, so we bet a gentleman's agreement that if Denny Hamlin finished better than Kyle Busch, he would win the bet, and if Kyle Busch finished ahead of Denny Hamlin, I would win the bet. Since I got the better driver and the better odds guy, I had like the worst punishment of the two. So my punishment was I had to do 50 pull-ups in the 93 degree Hattiesburg, Mississippi heat. Or actually I was in Hurley, but same thing. The rules were I had to wait till a day it was at least 90 degrees, and it happened to be like literally Tuesday. So,
dude, I hate that for you. Like
I did them all though. I did them all.
90. So 90 degrees, and how many again?
I do 50 pull-ups. I could take as many sets as I needed, but I knocked out 12 right out the gate, and then I did started like slowly. Like I did a set of 12, and did a set of 10, then a set of 8, and then I just knocked them out.
How much do you weigh?
185 pounds.
You're a strong boy, bro. I could probably do maybe like a whole 5 pull-ups, bro. Strong boy.
Pull-ups are weird. Like you either have it or you don't. I mean, I've met really strong people that can't do them, and then I've met people that are weak that can. It's weird. It's like body weight. So it's a weird lift or a weird pull, but it does suck. I almost puked just because it was so hot, and I haven't been working out as much with the whole coronavirus stuff. So I was starting back like day one in the 93 degree heat. So not good.
That's rough. Did you have your drip drop on deck?
I drank drip drop right after, And I really thought that was like the easiest bet, though. I thought for sure that he would be suffering the consequence of having to do some like push-ups or something. But
yeah, absolutely. We both there. I'm glad I didn't bet something like that. That would have been embarrassing for me.
you would have done it though, right?
I mean, I would have had no choice. Like, dude, I would have probably like had to come wherever you were and like after like 5, be like, Drew, help.
Yeah, I
help.
just spot you. Like I'd spot Lauren. Like I have to like grab her. I have to grab her legs and help her push her up.
She could
I would
probably
do that for you.
She could probably teach me how to do. I feel like she could do one-handed pull-ups if she wanted to. Just because
she can't do it, man.
No, we're in the same boat. All right. Well, luckily we have you to help us. Drew.
It was awful.
I
thought I was over it after I saw you pour that. What was it? The mist on
Sierra Mist, the garbage Sprite. Yeah.
Yeah. Then imagine having something like that, and you think you have a clean slate, and you remember to check that group. Like I checked my group, and I was like, "Oh my god, this isn't over yet."
It's like the text from the bookie on Monday after
Yes.
the bad beats.
Yeah, you know? Exactly. Like, how bad can I truly run?
Right. Like, what can we do? Let's just ignore our problems. like they don't exist.
Exactly.
Like, not today.
Exactly.
No, but needless to say,
Dega week.
It's Dega week. You know, we got it done. It's also Father's Day weekend. So we're going to put a promo code up on the Teespring store. It's just going to be POPS, P-O-P-S. And go on there, order some of the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports merch. We got a couple of T-shirts up there on there right now. Support the biz. Get Dad something cool. He'll be like, "What the hell is Garage Guys?" And just be like, "It's for you." And just that's all you got to say, and it's over. So we got a couple things in there you can grab. Promo code POPS. Do that for Father's Day. But yeah, Sunday's gonna be fun, man. I'm ready for Dega. It's gonna be weird not being there, but at the same time, it's like. It is what it is. We got to do what we got to do, and just we have the hope that we will be back to a race soon. I'm betting it's going to be in July at the All-Star race. I think we have to go to that.
At Bristol, so that'd be fun to go to. I didn't really ever envision our first race being an All-Star race, but it does sound fun.
30,000 people are going to be there. You can't be scared. You know, in these situations, I guess. I mean, just go there and just try to be as protected as you can. Try to be as safe as possible. And but yeah, I don't think I can miss this. I can't miss this. I got to be there, and I know you can be there. I think we got to be there. I think it's a lock.
What's the date?
It's like July 15th, maybe. Don't hold me to that. It's got to be somewhere around the July area. I know it's in the July area. It's like mid-July. So we got time. But we got to be there. When I saw the tweet come out, everything, I was like, okay, we got to be there for this. And this has been the biggest story in NASCAR this week is that they decided for the All-Star race that they are going to try a new paint scheme where the number is going to be on the side, but it's going to be to the lower right of the sides of the car. So basically it's going to be cough it out, get it out. Basically, it's going to be on.
And I hit mute like an expert.
You hit mute and still duck to the side. It was amazing.
My swim move, podcasting swim move.
It's just Chef Boy swag. That's what we'll call it. There, where'd he go? Oh, came back super fast. Chef Boy swag.
Chef swag.
Yeah, Chef swag. The T-shirt right there. Get it for Father's Day. But
this episode's all over the place. Did I cut you off earlier on football talk?
Who knows? We'll talk about it. I got like 2 things to say about football. We still got some time. But right now –
I didn't mean to cut you off earlier on football talk, by the way.
No, not at all, dude. We're excited, but we got a lot to talk about. The fam knows. The fam knows what's up. They're listening to this right now. But what do you – like literally like they're going to have cars – that are going to look like it's like every year that goes by, they keep watching Disney's Cars. And they're like, we just need to make the cars look more like these cartoon cars. And then everything will be okay.
You're not going to like my opinion here.
Let's go.
Why does it matter? Like, I don't care enough about this crap. I don't even know why it's news. I don't know why we talk about it.
But that's true. Like that's really true. Like, why does it matter? And that's what I realized, I think, after the first day. I was like, this is some Cars 3 shit that's happening right here. Like, this is some straight up Jackson Storm rolling out of the garage or whatever, and like literally like the number placement, everything. It's like it's just different. I don't know, but I think that the main thing that we've realized is just that people don't like change. Like that's, I think if there's one thing we can gather from this month with different things that have happened is that people get fucked up over change. So
Like half applaud it, half are mad always, no matter what.
yeah, I mean, if they go to this stuff full time, I mean, it is what it is. It'll be what it is. As long as they still got DFS and these numbers still are on the same cars and we're winning money, that's what matters most. But I have my opinion on it. It is what it is.
I prefer them not be there if I had to say, but I just think it's stupid that that's what's hot. You know, that's what's hot in NASCAR debate. It's like, oh my God. But
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to have something, I guess. You got to have something to throw in there. But it's, I mean, it won't be like the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, it's definitely a futuristic vibe. Like, there's definitely some future vibes. But it's just the fact that it looks so much like cars is what just trips me out the most. Is that literally they're just like, you would think there'd be some more originality to it, but it's like, no, it's just Disney's cars. And Disney owns ESPN, and NASCAR isn't even on ESPN. So how much further down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Makes no sense.
This could cover our whole episode right here.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as football goes, let's talk a little bit of football, man. It's been a minute. There was some news that broke out today. The two big stories that I've seen have to do with Jammal Adams, safety for the New York Jets, and Deebo Samuel with the San Francisco 49ers, wide receiver. Deebo broke his foot, and he's going to have surgery. So this is kind of a blow for a big up-and-coming rookie coming off of a really big rookie season.
Yeah, and don't forget Emmanuel Sanders' departure either. So this is Kendrick Bourne season.
Right? Bourne.
That's who we're thinking.
People are, like, going after Pettis. And, I mean, Pettis, like, I feel like there's something about the 49ers, like, especially with Shanahan, like, there's just, like, this mystical blanket over them. Like, they're just going to be, like, mysteriously good. Because, like, we've seen some glimpses of Kendrick Bourne, like, doing some pretty epic shit. And then we've seen, like, you know, Pettis had, like, some here and there, but, like, he was nowhere near, like, the level of, like, Deebo. But I think personally, like, where more people are going towards Pettis, I'm going to go more Kendrick Bourne if I have shares of him in, like, Dynasty or if I'm looking at my redraft league. Because you got to think Pettis will probably go a lot sooner than Bourne would. But the more people that listen to people like us talk about this shit, the more people are going to go for Bourne. I think Bourne's the right choice.
I think Bourne's the safer choice. I think your argument for Pettis would be a little bit more higher upside, and you keep Bourne in, like, his role where he's like a safe, secure guy. But I still think Bourne's just a better player at the end of the day. I think he's better all around. And, man, it's just good to talk a little football, even if it's something like this. But we've had – not to knock our NASCAR game. I mean, I think our NASCAR content's great, but for the most part, I feel like we agree. And for football, we've had some of our best debates. So,
oh my God, yeah. And look, for all of you guys that are new here that just know us, like, for NASCAR, go back to some of our older episodes from last football season where Drew and I just, like, before Chef Boy was ever born, like back when Garage Guy Chase was just Garage. It's Garage. Like, literally, like, back when we literally were the first two people that decided to talk about Gardner Minshew before anyone else. Go back and listen to those episodes, Garage Fan. You'll learn a little something. But, yeah, you got to get ready. Fantasy football season's coming. If you thought we were just a NASCAR,
my favorite, I got to give a shout out to the AFC NFC playoff podcast. That was my favorite. I mean, we went. It's like we lost. We had to take a step back, have a fight. Like, we were not friends for a day.
We were so like for those of you that hadn't listened to this, you got to go listen to this. Like, we were so just like, now going back and listening to it, like, my argument was, like, completely just, like, absurd. Like, compared to, like, but
that's normal. Like,
yeah, it's normal. That's who I am. And, like, this is how I, like, look at shit. But yeah, it was a great episode. Definitely go and check it out. And that was it. We say it was so long ago. I mean, it is June. So shit, it has been a minute. Damn.
Yeah.
Time be flying, bro.
I feel like we're able to. I I don't know. I grew up just a diehard football fan, and as much as I love NASCAR, we can go back and forth on one topic with football way more than NASCAR. Whereas we're rotating quicker, so maybe that makes for a better product with NASCAR. But we can on football, dude. We could get hung up 30 minutes on one person for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's our NASCAR, like you said, our NASCAR conversations are a little different through you guys that are listening to us, watching us. You know how we do. Like, this is the only way you know how we do. But there's a special quality, like a special element to like our NASCAR conversations that I feel like can correlate to the football conversations. But
For sure.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped up for all the NASCAR fans that are watching our show and listening to our show and following our content to get ready for football season, because just like we've helped and help guide some of you guys into this DFS world of the sport. If you're playing fantasy football and you just play with your friends, like, I cannot wait to start talking about this DFS stuff with you guys and getting you guys winning some money in the football realm as well as the NASCAR realm. So it's going to be awesome. But the
best bets were hot last year.
Oh God, Drew was on fire. Okay. Drew was on fire.
Tell him.
Fire. I'm officially like the Chef Boy hype boy. So yeah, Chef was on fire because like he's too busy cooking to talk about it. You literally did. Like, yeah. Look, I didn't bet a lot at all, like ever. Like maybe played some Super Bowl boards in my life. But this man right here turned me into a degenerate. So it's all his fault. It's all Chef Boy's fault.
Probably a bad thing.
Yeah. But it couldn't be any better because I've had some of my best Sundays doing that. So thank you for bringing me into this life of basically remotely living in Atlantic City.
I got you.
Yeah. All the way. Dab it. All right. But the other little bit of news, nobody really gives a shit about the Jets unless you're a Jets fan, which there aren't many of you, but if there are, you're used to heartbreak, so this conversation won't mean anything anyway. Jammal Adams wants to be traded. Also found out, and this could be old news, that Joe Flacco is a Jet. Did you know this?
I saw this today, and not really news for me, just a mentor / if something were to happen to Darnold, I guess technically you could argue that you can win a couple games. I don't know. Well,
it wasn't really the case in Denver, but
I know. You were a big Flacco fan too.
You were a big Dalton guy. Dalton Flacco bets all year last year. Oh man, just like thinking about it, like now, like just oh man, I cannot wait.
We knew what we were getting ourselves into.
Man, the football. Look at me. I'm already got my Saints shirt on today. Like the football fever's coming. It's coming.
Oh yeah,
it's coming big. It's coming. But before we get off too deep into that, yeah, we'll have fantasy football content out there. We're going to start slowly getting into that again. So good to finally dive into the fantasy football season for myself today. And Drew's draft activities will be coming very soon. So from there, let's go ahead and just get to the to what you're here for, what we're here for. Let's discuss Talladega. In Talladega, boys raised up the whiskey in your glass. Here's the turning up, slowing down, and cars go real fast. All right, that's the music video to Talladega. All right, we talked.
Could have been a good partner, like help you sing, but it's not my talent. Sorry.
No, but it will be. It will be before long, because you know. Here we go with inside jokes, inside topics. You don't even know.
You lost me.
It's an inside. Yeah, I figured if I hummed the song, you would get it. But yeah, Chef Boy's not there today.
Talladega, you singing that song just depressed me because we're not going to be there.
Yeah, but see, it's good that I did it now because when you are there, you hear it like every 20 minutes or so, and then it just gets really fucking annoying. So you're like, okay, like, does anybody have any like hip hop array? Yeah, I was just like giving you like the little like that's what it should be. You should like there should be one set night, like a 3 hour like a 3 minute time frame where everyone that's at Talladega congregates to one general area. And Eric Church just comes to every race and plays that one song, gets on a plane and leaves. And that should be how Talladega is done. the song at Talladega. You shouldn't. It should be heard no more. It should be
Second
over.
that.
Amen. So as far as the fan side of Talladega, there's going to be 5,000 people there. They did end up opening tickets up, which I found incredible. They were very strict on it's only 150 miles from the track, and you have to had already purchased a ticket or had a camper. And then like 3 days later, they're like, anybody can come in Talladega. Tickets are on sale online right now. Go buy 'em. And so that just let me know, like, okay, well, they gotta knock it out. They gotta deck it out. So I'm pretty sure it's sold out by now. I had a couple of people hit me up.
That happened?
Yeah, that happened. That happened.
So it's going to be a full crowd, or are they like?
No. It's just like they had to tap out the 5,000 people that were going to be there.
Oh, but they said non-Alabama residents could come.
That's what I heard. Like people were buying tickets like everywhere. Like I had somebody hit me up on direct message and was like, "Yo, I got my tickets. Are you going?" They're like $40, like $200 tickets were $40. So, I mean, it was a great deal, but when I found out it was on Father's Day, I was like, well, the only way that I would do something, like since we're not covering it in a media aspect, the only way I would want to go to Talladega, like, because like I probably won't ever get, and you won't either, to like just go and sit in the stands and watch a race. There may become a day where we do, but for the most part, like it was when I grew up, like growing up, like going to Talladega like every year, like sitting in the stands watching a race. So the only way I was going to make it happen was if I brought my son, and then I was just like, well, he's 5 and it's Father's Day, so I got to be with my son. So I was like, probably not the best like place to take your 5-year-old like that is just like constantly in motion. So I chose go-karts. So we're going to ride go-karts on Sunday.
As fun as Talladega would have been, I feel like he will have just as much or more fun doing the go-karts.
Way more. And arcade games after. So he's going to dig that. So that's like the most epic Father's Day that I can think of with me and the little dude. So I'm ready to rock that. But we're still going to be playing DFS. We're still going to be betting on the race. There's not really a lot of changes, but there is a change. So the major change is that there's a new package that is decreasing horsepower and is going to make it basically to where it's going to be stupid hard to tandem draft. I've watched a couple of interviews with Denny Hamlin. I've watched one with I want to say it was Martin Truex talking, because he got the pole at this race, which is hilarious because he just is constantly horrible at Talladega. So watch this be like the one race, because like after Homestead now, I'm like, pole guys, okay, like pole guys, cool. Like, you know, I fucks with the pole guy, especially depending on what type of equipment they have. But yeah, these Gibbs guys are just rotating, man. It's just having to spot the right one week to week. And you can't just lump them all up together, because one of them is going to shit the bed hard. So that's just kind of how it goes. So what we're basically going to be looking at is the possibility of the race just kind of looking different. And that's what Denny said. You know, he said he'll know in about 3 laps whether things are really going to be different or not. For the most part, I think me and you are pretty comfortable sticking to the normal strategy that has worked for 5 years now.
Yeah, since Talladega's had wrecks, and since DFS has been a thing, I think there's one race that it hasn't worked on total, and it's just no matter how many times you tell people about this strategy or how many times you express it or try to explain it, natural tendencies still take over, and natural tendencies tell you that you need to spend the money on Kyle Busch if you have $15,000 salary left, and not spend it on insert whoever you want. Just give me a no name.
Garrett Smithley.
Okay, and Garrett Smithley over Kyle Busch would be something in every other race that you would be just burning your money. But the way Talladega works and the wrecks come sometimes at the end, man. Sometimes it takes all race for the strategy to play out. But where are you at on if we're gonna? I mean, I'm wavering a little bit with the change. I still think I'm going to apply the same strategy, but the Hamlin stuff has me thinking a little bit, and the strategy has become more popular across the industry. I know at least 5 or 6 content providers that that know the strategy.
So our options in that standpoint, like if we look at it from last week, okay, last week it can happen. Things happen, you know. It had been a long time since Denny won a race, you know, at Homestead. It had been, and typically, and plus it was a brand new race. It was we had never seen Homestead, in this heat, in this time of year, in these situations. So, you know, it was new to everybody. So I don't think we really need to worry about like what happened last Sunday moving forward. And like, because I think that just will cause anybody, especially you guys that listen to us every week and use our picks from Rotoballer and play that way. Like, I'm not going to let that week affect me. Like it's the same deal moving forward. And I think that even with this, there's a pro and a con. As you say, this strategy has become more popular in the industry. So here's your options. You either completely take the risk of going against the strategy, hope to God it pays off, and win a shitload of money, or you stick with the strategy and then split a shitload of money with a shitload of people.
See, I mean, I would counter that argument with you're banking on the public. You're giving the public so much credit. If you're saying that, then that means that these guys will by far be more popular than like. Will Denny Hamlin be 20% owned or will he be 5% owned? Because I think he's going to be like 17, 18% owned, and I'm going to be playing him like 4 or 5%. That's it.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm talking, of course, about like the people that, you know, like our listeners are people that follow DFS content that truly like, you know, live by that and go forward with it. The people that play the same way that we play. That's, you know, there's going to be a good bit of those people. But then again, there are a lot of people that just don't look at anything and they're just like, boop, 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 boop. Submit.
It's the classic case of, do we play the optimal strategy and not worry about the public, or do you try to be different, try to be cute, and you're okay at the end of the day going to sleep knowing that you burnt all your money? Do it all done. You know,
I'm going to put it this way. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Have we told them the strategy yet? Like literally you're leaving. I mean, you might have a lineup with 22,000 salary left over.
And that's
because
okay.
you're playing guys starting 37th, 38th, 39th. Maybe you stick somebody starting 21st and then maybe one person 15th. And that's your lineup.
Right. And that's how I've played. That's how you've played. And I can't think of one race where I have lost money at Talladega. Not one. Playing that way.
Yeah.
I may have been like one driver off from like the number one lineup, you know.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You know,
I'm the same way.
But you win big. And like I said, it's just depending on how many lineups you're playing. We've played this strategy since I've played DFS. You know, since I started, that's how I've done it. You know, and it's been good. And that's how you've done it, and it's been good. I don't think we need to worry about anything. There's almost a new package like every other year at Talladega. You know, when you really think about it, there's always almost something new. One thing that never lets me down is Denny Hamlin's ability to fuck this race up. That's the one thing that I may be thinking differently on this week now, just because of what happened at Homestead. Maybe this is one of those years where he's like, I'm tired of fucking losing. I want a cup. And it's just like everything is happening in his favor. You know, those things happen. You know, that shit happens. Somebody gets an idea in their head, they're going to do everything they fucking can. You know, so I may play a little more Denny and not go as low on him as I have every year. You know, I may play a little more Martin.
I'm stubborn, but
I know. I'm talking like one or two lineups. Like one or two lineups.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I thought you meant like.
No, I'm not talking like I'm going to go 50%. No, fuck no. At this race, I think that it's safe. Like, you definitely want to play a lot of lineups. And if you don't have a lot of money to put up, go to the 25 cent and the 50 cent contests and stack them out. Do that.
Yeah.
That changed my life. If don't go play 5 lineups in a 150 max entry big ass tournament. I don't see the point in that. Go be within your means and build your bankroll. Don't get greedy. Build your bankroll, and it's the best way to do this. I came into this game greedy, just wild, and I was fucking myself. And then I started looking at things differently. Linked up with you. You showed me some things, and now we're bringing it to you guys, and that's what we want to do. We want to see everybody eat with us. So, bottom line, I don't think we need to worry about anything. It's worked this long. Let's just keep going with what works. And if it doesn't work, it'll work. It'll work. I'm not worried about this package. The more I hear people talk about it, dude.
Oh, I have something I have to stress.
Yes.
Close your phone when you do the strategy. Don't look at the results. Don't watch your scoring, because your lineups will show that you are losing all your money until the wrecks happen. And sometimes, I think last year the wreck happened like on lap 11, 11 laps left, and we had a big one. And then there was a restart and like 3 more wrecks. So if the wrecks don't happen early, you're going to be cussing us, and that's fine. But again, if this race goes clean, then we're going to all lose. But give it to the restarts, because when the restarts start happening, Chase, you know how it is at Talladega.
Look, this is the perfect thing that I can conjure up. I remember last October, I was on Talladega Boulevard. It was close to 1:00 in the morning, and here comes Bubba walking down the boulevard. And I look, and I'm like, Bubba. And he stops, and I go up and I talk to him. I'm like, what do you – and I get my phone. I'm like, can I do a video? And he's like, yeah, let's do a video. Fuck it. He had a little bit of drink. I was like, Bubba, what are you doing here? It's Talladega, dog. Everybody knows when you go to Talladega, you party, you get wild, and you keep it in your circles, and you enjoy fucking amazing racing and amazing wrecks. So if that consistency can happen at every Talladega, why should we differ from the type of things that happen during this race? Plain and simple. Don't worry about it.
It's a good point.
Set the lineups. Just like Drew said, close your phone.
Don't check. Yeah, don't check it.
Don't look at it. And don't tinker, because you're going to be so tempted. I cannot tell you. I probably fucked myself with at least 3 lineups last year, because right before the race started, I was like, oh, I left like almost $3,000 on the table. I was like, I need to go change this. And like, I think it was like Corey LaJoie was in those, and like I moved off of him, and he finished like what, 3rd, 4th, like something like that. It's like those little things, guys. So just
if you don't feel uncomfortable going to the race after you submitted all your lineups, something's wrong. If you have to feel so bad about it and so dirty about it, the way you're building these lineups, take everything we've taught you in DFS and do the opposite this week only. That's the best way I can put it. The people that don't play much, because some of my friends will play on Talladega week, and I'm going to say, everything you've ever heard me say, do the opposite. Like, it sounds crazy, but
do it.
It's my most profitable racetrack since I've started doing this. So
that's all that needs to be said, because we're about to get to the point where we're repeating ourselves. That's that.
We already
take
have
that advice
like 1,000,000 times.
Yeah, it is. That's why you love us, though. We appreciate you still being here. So before we go, let's take a look a little bit at some of these guys that have been priced. Like, I know they're looking at DraftKings right now. Chase Elliott is the most expensive guy on the board at 10-4. And of course you got your big guys that do really well here. You got like Joey Logano, Elliott's won here, Blaney won back in October. It's not to say like make an entire lineup out of every guy from the bottom of the pool, but like, of course you got your guys. You got the guys that that are well, but at the same time, it's just the way that this thing plays out, it's wild. But Truex at 9. They finally caught on. They caught on to McDowell. I do see that. McDowell was priced up. He was like 66, I think. 6,600.
Oh, really? That makes sense at Talladega.
Yeah.
We won't have our true pulse on how they feel about him until next race. Where's next race, by the way?
Next race. Put me on the spot. I should know this stuff. Now people are going to know that I have to go.
In our schedule.
People are going to have to go to the internet now to know that it's
okay.
not just directly in my brain.
Everyone knows that this schedule's changed a billion times because of the
absolutely.
Rona.
Geico 500. Well, we know that, obviously. Let's see. February. Pocono. Going to Pocono.
Okay. We'll know Pocono how they feel about McDowell.
2 days, Saturday and Sunday, back to back. This is the back to back race.
What?
Yeah, Pocono. The Pocono 325 and the Pocono 350 on Sunday. So back to back racing at Pocono next week. Pocono is like the most boring race. Content. Yeah.
Assuming we'll just do one preview video that week.
Absolutely. Depending on if – I'm pretty sure it's like if somebody's car gets like everybody's gonna have like one backup. So, yeah. That could, but you typically you don't see a lot of wrecks at Pocono. So, but yeah, those are just some of the guys. And like I said, we'll go deeper on the Rotoballer video. We'll have like 5 guys we pick. I will say here though, keep an eye on Tyler Reddick. I'm probably gonna end up just saying that like every week. I don't know. He just something about him and Dega clicks with me. I don't know where you stand on that. I think you're just like, give me the beat, boys. Free my soul.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to make this sound so like simple, but I'm not like going to have strong takes this week. I'm going to mix and match a few guys starting like the stars, the big names that you just referenced. Might have 1 or 2 at most 1 or 2 in my lineups, but mainly 1. And then I'm going to play a lot of guys in the back. But where's Reddick starting? Starting Reddick. 16th.
Yeah.
I'd be comfortable starting like a guy starting 1st to 10th and a guy starting 11th to 20th and then filling it out with back markers. That's going to be something I do.
Yeah, anything like 20 back is going to be weird. And there was like, I mean, I know that like Christopher Bell fell into like a pretty good space, but he's priced right where he needs to be. They waited till this came out to make these prices, just like we knew they would do. It's what they've been doing. But Bell is the one that's closest to the rear that's got some of the better equipment. Priest in the 30s, like he'll be somebody that I'm definitely looking at. And then with Truex and like Hamlin at 1 and 2, like I could definitely see those guys, like depending on how the package works. I mean, they'll get that clean air, get up there, but you're going to see the inside and the outside. It changes so much. Like I said, stick to the strategy.
Yeah.
Strategy. Puzzle boys. We're going to be puzzle boys.
This is a week where we need to be talking strategy of how you build your lineups and less to do with the drivers. And that's going to suck for content, but that's the strategy. And
that's it. That's where we're at. We'll get back to the driver stuff. Don't worry. This is just that kind of week. Same thing with Daytona, right? Superspeedway. Super speed boys. All right. Well, dude, we had like a ramble on. This was like the entire this is what the song "Ramble On" by Led Zeppelin was about. Was this one episode that we just did?
I agree. We have to do this like once every 2 months, though. It just feels right to do like once every 2 months. We don't really.
It feels good. I'm here with it. I'm down with it. As long as it felt good for you guys. Do like the Tim and Eric kisses.
If you're having like we should have like a disclaimer on the very the very beginning that says like if you've had a bad day and you're looking for us to get to our point, just turn it off now.
Yeah, just like we'll just put it as background noise for sure.
Had a few drinks. This is the podcast for you.
Exactly. Yeah, you just smoked a lot of weed and you're spaced out. You're just like laid out. It's like what's up? What's that playing? Dudes talking race cars.
They keep talking about the same strategy that doesn't make any sense to me.
You. I don't know, man. Wild. But yeah, we're here.
I want the hate mail.
So I want all the haters.
I want the strategy to not work just so I can get the comments.
I want all the haters. All of them. Every one of them. You should pick your camera up too.
I'm scared to move it.
What? What?
I had some tech issues
Yeah, some tech issues.
earlier.
Oh yeah. He had tech issues.
Now I just feel like we're like on Twitch streaming at this point.
Yeah, it's like this is a live stream. This isn't a podcast anymore.
It's not like that.
I'm just gonna. All right, I'm gonna put this right here, like it should normally be, like all the time. And this is the end of episode 172. This has been a podcast about sports, about partying, and repeating conversation about strategy at Talladega. Sports, party, repeat. It's the garage guys. 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 It's the garage guys.